Hello and welcome back again to Savvy Sprocket. Another weekend day and work progresses on the Bobcat. Today I have a couple small projects to do in preparation to getting that engine there back inside. Hopefully we'll get that done sooner than later. This project has been taking a while, but we'll carry on. Today I'm going to be working on rebuilding the main universal. And here in front of you see two of the spider joints that came out originally. A couple of those bearings inside there were completely seized, which I believe would have been causing some of the excess vibration that I was feeling when the engine was running. So I went ahead and ordered up some replacements for those. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of a back and forth with the distributor that I chose. One of the original spiders, the hole pattern just did not line up enough to get all four bolts in. So I went back and forth with them, and they did send me another unit back out, so I'm going to give that another shot today with the test reassemble here on the bench to see if hopefully that'll do the trick. After that, I have a little bit of hydraulic work there. You can see the main hydraulic block I took out to replace some filters and seals and get it cleaned up, so that's going to get reinstalled. And then that should be basically the last project before I slide the engine back in. Alright, so I just test fitted the entire universal together and it all fit correctly. I did need to put a C-clamp on it to get a little bit of pressure on these two bottom bearings. The tolerances are just, not spot on, but I don't really know. Who knows, maybe the actual Bobcat OEM part is just the same. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is reassemble everything with Loctite and torque everything to the correct specs. And this unit will be ready to throw back on the engine, which is the last part that it's waiting for before I slide it back in. Next up is the main hydraulic block here. Basically it has a main bronze filter, kind of an inline filter that sits right inside the unit. Handful of O-rings, and then basically the other hydraulic hoses hook onto it. I went ahead and took it out mainly to replace this filter, but then I figured I would go ahead and just do all the O-rings while I'm at it. So I'm going to prep this by getting these things reinstalled. new O-rings, new filter, and then it'll be able to head back into the machine to hook up the hoses. engine is just about ready to go back in. I have the new spline spiders all back reinstalled. Just have to throw a little bit of grease on it. Bolts prepped and ready down there, so I'm about ready to lift it back up with the hoist and slide it in.
Yeah, just something like that. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the best.
Can you just do
Yeah, just make sure she's not gonna like falling off this.
I think the whole thing has to come this way, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not too much though.
Yeah, pick up a little bit.
Alright, let me try to get that
I think I need to do it at the same time. Right? Where'd you get that little piece of wood?
over. There's another short one on the back of the floor.
Oh yeah, that's what we need to do.
But now I need more off that. Is your mount up above the edge there? Or is it? Oh yeah, you're right on it. Yeah, we'll just get that open the lip now.
Okay, alright, just gonna move this out a little bit.
Alright, hang tight. How are we? Right side. Alright, come do the other side a little bit now. Nice and easy again. Alright. Try it a little more. Yeah, do the other side again. Come again.
More?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
That seems like I've got far less resistance now.
Yeah, try to cut a little more. I think we're on. Oh yeah.
I've got no resistance now.
All right, I think we're engaged. Let's let me come back there and are we gonna drop off that ledge soon?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's try to work that together just so it doesn't. So let's just go. Yeah. So how we're when it is in there, it's this side's a speck. It was a speck a little bit forward, but so yeah. Walk your engine a little bit there.
Okay. It'll come down. Keep going a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm pinned.
Now we're down in there.
Yeah, we're on.
So the engine slid back in rather smoothly. Got my brother's help to get that in. Definitely was a two-man job. One of us had to sit up inside the machine and just hold the spline. Given it has those two spider joints, it's pretty all over the place. So as long as that's aligned, we got it aligned. I had to turn the main bolt on the crankshaft there just a little bit just to get it aligned, and as soon as it was, it slid right in real easy. All the bolts lined back up perfectly. So I'm just gonna have to go ahead and double check the torque on those and get those torque back down while I continue to reconnect all the accessory wiring and hoses and then put some fluids back in. So hopefully we should have this thing back in a ready to start situation pretty soon. It's a new day and work on the Bobcat continues. Last time my brother gave me a hand and we were able to slide the whole engine back into place and realign the spline onto the main shaft. I still haven't tightened it down. I just wanted to confirm in the manual just the kind of adjustment on that. Basically you have to make sure that the engine itself is perfectly aligned with the hydrostatic unit and hydraulic pumps down up under there. Basically you do that by sticking a piece of key stock, just some straight metal stock, on both of the splines and making sure they're at least within 1/4 of an inch in alignment. So I'm going to start the day off by making sure that's all aligned, and then I can work my way to torque the 4 engine mounting bolts back down and continue reconnecting all the accessories of the radiator hoses, all the wiring, just making sure everything is tight. I'll then go ahead and fill it with fluids and see if it will start on up. Alright, so I've been able to go around and I got all the hydraulic fittings reconnected and tightened up. And then I went ahead and grabbed a couple pieces of just straight stock here. You know, it's not a very precision workshop I have going on down here, so these are just some kind of offcuts of some thicker aluminum and a piece of steel. And I stuck my head back up in there and laid them on the U-joint to try to get it best aligned. Now, the book is not very clear on the actual procedure to do this. Essentially, it just has a diagram with each of the pieces of stock laying on both sides basically of the spline, and I went ahead and did that, and you know, things look pretty straight, and I measured off a couple points and things are pretty much dead on. But I did go ahead and grab a couple other measurements just around the block, and primarily down on the big mounting plate itself. Essentially just kind of measured from here back, matched it to the other side there, and then I kind of did the same on the front. If you can see, basically off the fan shroud up towards the hydraulic unit, and those are all basically dead on and equal. So I'm pretty confident that it is aligned to within the spec of about a 1/4 inch, which is what the manual asks for. So I think we should be good to continue. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just grab my torque wrench and tighten down those 4 mounting bolts. They call for about 100 foot-pounds of torque each. Just going to kind of gradually go to 50, and then I'll take it up to 100. And then the engine is secured in place, and I will be able to finish hooking up the accessories, put some fluids in, and like I said, turn it over. So let's get to it. It is about time for the moment of truth. I have everything reconnected and all the fluid back in. Radiator's full. Hydraulic fluid is topped back off. Again, all the connections have been remade, and I went ahead and down under there, you can't really see it from this angle, but I put a couple dabs of paint on all the bolts on the universal just to keep an eye on those to make sure that those don't loosen up. They're all torqued down with red Loctite also. Battery is reinstalled, and I have tried it turns over. Feels smooth, no extra rattles or anything as it's turning. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the fuel line to make sure fuel gets into the carb, and we'll see if it starts on up. Contact. Us too. Forward. A little smoky. Just put the concentration out. Let's put it on and warm up for a few. Actually kind of the slowest idle that I've ever heard it keep steady at. Sounds and feels as if it's a little bit smoother, so I'm definitely feeling that replacing that U-joint is what was causing that excess vibration. No immediate leaks, so I'm going to let it idle for a little bit longer and let it warm itself up. I'll turn it down and recheck all the fittings on that U-joint, just make sure that we're full of hydraulic oil. And we'll start it again, back it out, and see if she moves about. So that seemed to run pretty well. However, I do have a bit of gas leaking out of the input port on the carb. Got a little can down there just to catch it. So I believe I'm having a bit of a float issue on the carb. I did put a new rebuild kit in. So I'm gonna actually unfortunately have to pop that back out and take a look at that again and see what's up. I don't want gas leaking all over, especially with the starter and all the electrical system right there starting to fire. No good. Alright, so I went ahead and got the carburetor pulled out here. As you can see, I kind of stripped it back down a little bit. I had previously put in a bit of a rebuild kit with a new needle, a new seal, new seat. However, that was still leaking. And I did a little bit more research on this specific carb. They're actually known for warping, specifically the bowl area here. It's not a pure aluminum mix. I believe it has a little bit more zinc in there, and they are known to warp, and essentially the flat mating surface up top here becomes no longer flat, and when you seal it together, the seal, even having a brand new seal there, can present issues. So what I'm going to go ahead and try is try to test and see if that is the case. I picked up just a cheap sharpening stone as kind of a large flat surface to run over the top of it lightly and just see if there are any irregularities there, see any high spots, low spots, and hopefully that is going to be the case and that will be my issue. So I'll be able to kind of grind that down just a little bit and put it back together with the new seal and have no more leaks. I did also check the float height, and that was basically within specs still, even with the new needle. Potentially could adjust that just a little bit, but I don't really think that's my issue at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this stone unpackaged here and ran across the top and see if that is our issue. Alright, so as you can see, after just a few passes, and I laid a straight edge up on top there definitely is a low spot. Basically that whole center portion here, zoom in a bit, see, you guys can see basically all the shiny areas, you know, are all the high spots that were getting hit by the block, and then everything else down underneath was not being hit, and that is also shown using the straight edge. So what I'm going to go ahead is I'm going to continue with the sanding block just lightly to try to just bring those high spots down and even everything out a little bit. Having the high spot, or sorry, the low spot right in here definitely would have been a culprit, as this is the fuel bowl here. So if we did not have a good seal right here, fuel could potentially be having been pushed up through the seal down into the throat here, and then was what the fuel was that we saw leaking right out of the throat. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to kind of keep flattening that down a bit. I'll also go ahead and throw the top of the carb in and see how that looks, and hopefully this is going to stop our leak. So I got the bottom bulb pretty much cleaned up and a little bit flatter when checking with the straight edge, and I went ahead and checked the top there, and it was much better originally than the bottom. I believe it's a little bit of a different mix for that top that potentially is less prone to warping, but I did just clean it up a little bit there just to flatten it up and try to promote the best seal we can. So now that everything's cleaned and hopefully flatter, now I'm going to go ahead and reassemble it, throw it back in the machine, and see if we've solved the leak. Hopefully we have. Alright, so let's try it again. I have the carburetor back reinstalled. I also put a new fuel shutoff valve over on the side of the gas tank here, as that was leaking a little bit. So that is all set, no leaks there. Got the battery back in, and I'm gonna spin it back over and see how it runs. Contact.
A little bit colder here this morning.
Well, I'd say that's pretty successful. Sounds to be running pretty smoothly. I just kind of have it on a low idle, letting it warm back up and reheat all the fluids. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down pretty soon here and just double check the torque on, or not necessarily torque, just the tightness on all the U-joint bolts to make sure those are not moving at all. They shouldn't be. They have Loctite and they were torqued, but just never hurts to double check. And then I'm going to back it out and see how it moves around.
I was able to get the Bobcat to move around and everything functions. However, I lost daylight to bring you any more footage of that. This is gonna just about do it for the Bobcat refresh series at this time. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Bobcat to work around my yard and refocus on the electric mini truck build. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and if you could, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's really gonna help things out as I plan to grow and bring you more exciting builds in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.